Good afternoon. I'm Toni Hendrix, and I'm a member of the steering committee for the Lost Souls Public Memorial Project. I am also the chairperson for community engagement for the New Brunswick area branch of the NAACP.
And I'm Reverend Karen Johnston. I'm the minister at the Unitarian Society and also a member of the steering committee of the Lost Souls Public Memorial Project. And we're so excited to have with us today State Theater New Jersey's poet in residence, Glenis Redmond. Welcome, Glenis.
I'm so happy to be here.
Wonderful.
And Glenis, I mean, you are a poet.
Yes.
A poet in every part of the word, in terms of your vocation, your avocation, but you live in
South Carolina
now, but there's a very strong connection to New Jersey.
Yes, I have been the poet in residence at the State Theater for 11 years. This is my 11th year traveling from the Carolinas to New Jersey. And the engagement department there really liked the work that I do in the community. And so we have really worked to bring poetry to the masses in Central Jersey.
I've heard a lot about it. I've got to get to the State Theater and attend one of your readings very soon, I promise.
We're so excited that you have come here to be part of or adding yourself to the Lost Souls Project. And I just want to make sure that everybody who's listening knows about the Lost Souls Project. It's a piece of our history that for a long time was forgotten, kind of whitewashed, but yes. It's something that's been that we're bringing back. And so it's about 200 years ago in 1818, there was this corrupt judge whose residence was in East Brunswick. He was a Middlesex County judge, and he sold away over 177 African Americans, some of whom were free, some of whom would have had their freedom here in New Jersey, but he sold them into permanent slavery down south to Louisiana and Mississippi. And we feel that that is a history that cannot be forgotten, that we must remember those lost souls back home. And we've been able to find, the project has been able to find so many of their names. In fact, a year ago, we had 85 of their names, and now we have, we know of 177 people. So we're trying to build a memorial.
Well, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
For one, when we talk about slavery, we don't mention that these were people who had lives and loves and sorrows. And so I feel connected because my ancestors were enslaved. And so this history is important because the past is the present. We cannot be disconnected. If we're going to move forward, we must go back and reclaim that. And people will say that poets are namers. And so to find these names is a beautiful aspect to bring them into the present day. And this is one reason why I think sometimes our young people are disenfranchised. They don't know the history. Everywhere we walk, I have a line, everywhere we walk is a cemetery. And so we must remember these names, we must honor them. And this is a work, it takes a village to do this work. So I'm so happy to be a part of this Lost Soul Project.
Which brings us to the topic of our conversation this afternoon,
yes.
which is our second reading of the names, the remembrance of the lost souls that Reverend Karen was referencing, on May 22nd at Baker's Barn, yes. right here in East Brunswick. And I understand that you're going to be actually, during this memorable evening, that we'll have dinner and conversation and the reading of the names, but highlighting and spotlighting some works that you have developed, some poems you've developed specifically for the event?
Yes.
What was your process to do that?
Well, I've been commissioned, and it was wonderful when Reverend Karen asked me about it, and I said, yeah, sure, because it's a line, it's part of my mission. One of the things I was talking to her about, I was saying, what is the opposite, of remembering? And people will always say forgetting. And I said, no, the opposite of remembering is dismembering. And so remembering is a creative act. So it's really powerful to be a part of a community that is remembering, putting something back together. And so as a poet, that's what I do. I do some research, I'll read materials, but the biggest part of what I do is go sit still and let the muse, let the folks who did not have a voice speak to me. And that may sound odd, but that is the realm of the artist. That's the realm of the poet, to say, tell me what you want me to know. Tell me what you want me to say. And I do my best to channel creatively, put it on the page, and then bring it back to the community. That is the role of the poet. That's the role of the griot, the storyteller.
Excellent.
So I really appreciate what you said before about the past not being dead, that it's with us. And I think one of the things that is true is that we cannot tell history without art. Right?
Yes.
For it to be
Yes.
engaging. And you also said it takes the whole village to be a part of this.
Yes.
And so we're really hoping that many people come to this event on May 22nd, where you will be highlighted, but where we hope that there will be many voices reciting these names. It's a powerful moment. We did this last year on the site where these folks were enslaved.
I saw the video, and it's a powerful act. I think we need more ritual and ceremony, especially around our enslaved people. Right. And to say those names is a powerful thing. It charges the air, and we are changed.
So we are so blessed to have you be part of this year, and we are really hoping that all of you who are listening will save the date of May 22nd from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Baker's Barn. You can go to Eventbrite and look and buy tickets there. Tickets are $60, although if you spend $100, you get a specially printed broadside of a poem that Glenis is written specifically for this. So we really look forward to seeing you there. It takes a village to remember these lost souls back home.